Okay, I have Professor Amah Edoh here. She's a professor of African Studies and Anthropology here at MIT. And Professor Edoh is going to tell us a bit more about how the fugu actually makes her feel, how she came into contact with it, and actually how the reaction she gets from other people when she's wearing it. So, Professor Edoh, it's really a privilege to have you here.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you. Let's see. So I'm from Togo, and in Togo we call it the Batakali, and it's I guess a two-piece. I'm not sure if the ones that you've looked at, it's both the top and the bottom, but we have the top and the bottom as northern people. For a particular ethnic group, I can't figure out exactly which one right now, but who wear it, like that's their garment. And so that's how I came upon it. And so when I was like just growing up, and so when I was in Lome a few years ago, it occurred to me, I thought, oh, I like this thing, and I'd like to have one for me. But it's a male garment typically, like this bottom and the top. It's something that men wear, and there are dressed versions, but I think the standard one is for men. And so I was curious about how I could take that and play with it, because I like sort of playing with gender and dress and the limitations, the strictures that are imposed about who can wear what. And so what I did in Lome is that I went to the part of the market where they sell it, and I looked through, and there are many different colors and types, and so I had to think about whether I wanted something plain or something a bit more flashy, and what colors and all of that. And first I had to figure out also how much these things are supposed to cost to be able to bargain appropriately. Anyway, so once I got all the information, I went and I decided that I wanted something a little bit fancier, a little bit shiny, because you have some without silver or gold threads that are just plain, and some with more silver and gold threads. So I got something a bit more shiny, and then what I did is that I took it to a tailor. So it's, it had these sleeves, it was loose, it had embroidery, and it had sleeves, and it was very loose, and the pants also are very loose. And so I took it to a tailor, and I asked her to cut it, so to cut off the sleeves and to bring the top in, so essentially to make it into a racer back and to make it a little bit more shapely, so that but then it kept the embroidery and it kept everything. And so with just those two changes, then I wore it as I wore it for my hooding ceremony when I got my PhD. I wore it for a fancy event in Lome, because of the kind of fabric that's used and the shape. It could become something like a way to dress up and to wear an object that's recognizably Togolese or West African, but also with a spin on it, to take something that's supposed to be worn only by men and to rework it in a way that makes it also, I wouldn't say it's gender neutral, like I kind of turned it into something that's that I felt comfortable wearing, without also falling into the norms about what women are supposed to wear. That's my fugu story.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Edoh. It was nice having you. Thank you.